Joining us now, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. I'm dying for your take about last night. Hello, comrade. How are you?
Look, last night was a disaster. It was an electoral blowout. The results in New Jersey were disastrous. The results in Virginia were terrible. The results in New York, Comrade Mamdani is the face of the Democrat Party. We have an actual communist jihadist. And it's important to note, Mamdani is not a socialist. He is a full-on communist. He has called for seizing the means of production in our economy. He is a Marxist. That is profoundly dangerous. And look, I know there's some Republicans who are saying, well, gosh, this will be good politically because he'll be the face of the Democrat Party. I think it's terrible for America. I think, New York is the largest city in America. It is the financial capital of the world. It is the media capital of the world. And New York, we are going to see New Yorkers die. This is a lunatic who wants to abolish the police. This is a jihadist who cheers on the radicals and the terrorists who chants globalize the Intifada. This is someone who, in the days before the election, is campaigning with an unindicted co-conspirator of the World Trade Center bombing. And this is about to be the mayor of New York.
Well, that guy was
by the way,
character
Virginia,
witness. But let me ask you. You act like, oh, it was a blowout. Did you expect any different result? Because I didn't. I mean, I had a little hope in New Jersey, but
yeah.
In the last 3 years, the migration out of New Jersey was a whopping nearly 250,000 people, Senator. I would imagine probably the vast majority of which would have voted for Jack Ciattarelli. That's a lot of people to lose in 3 years. They're going to your state and my state.
Look, and you're right. And if you have all the people from New Jersey who moved to Florida, moved to Texas, if they were still there, Jack Ciattarelli might have won. By the way, all the New Yorkers who moved out of New York and went to Florida and went to Texas, Lee Zeldin might well have been governor, or we might have seen Mamdani beaten. But people are fleeing blue states, so they're getting more radicals. You're also seeing these states having massive immigration. You look at the numbers, the native-born New Yorkers, the New Yorkers who had been there 5 years or longer, voted against this lunatic. It is a massive in-migration. The Democrats are using demographics to change this country. And look at Virginia, where the Attorney General candidate in writing said, number one, he wanted to see his Republican colleagues in the legislature murdered. But even worse than that, he wanted to see their children dead and to see them crying and holding their dead babies. He knew those kids. That deranged individual is now going to be the Attorney General of Virginia, the chief law enforcement officer. And what that tells us is a couple things. Number one, we're so polarized that on the Democrat side, they don't care. No major Democrat denounced Jay Jones, despite his openly wishing for the murder of kids. Even in the wake of Charlie Kirk's murder, every Democrat circled around and said, he's our guy. We don't care if he's advocating political violence. But number two, look, last night should be a warning sign. It should be a warning sign to Republicans across this country. The left, they're energized, they're angry. Democrats are outraising Republicans right now, 3-1, 4-1. It is dangerous. And I think on our side, they're Republicans, and they're just people who are common sense in the middle, who I fear are feeling happy, are feeling potentially complacent. That is really, really dangerous. The left showed up in big numbers last night, and common sense conservatives did not. If that happens a year from now, we face disaster in the midterms.
Okay. I don't feel as dire as you do. However, it is a cautionary tale always. And I think that you need to examine, you need reflection, introspection, course correction. And of course, the president laid the foundation for our economy to shift. I believe that will happen sooner than later. And when it does, there'll be a big story to tell there on top of all the peace deals he's put together. I'm pretty confident with that. Ted Cruz, thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.